Okay, Subfocus, thank you very much for speaking to us. Did you enjoy your set tonight?
Yeah.
How do you think it went?
Yeah, big time, man. It was wicked. Got to test out some new things, you know, play some new tunes from various people like myself, Chasing Status, Noisy.
Yeah.
It was good, man. Really good crowd, nice system.
Excellent. Leading on, what do you think of Newcastle as a place to play? How did you find Digital as a club?
Well, yeah, like I say, I really like it here, man. The setup's really pro. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those places you go and you know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Turbulence guys have been doing it for ages and they know what they're doing. So it's really nice to come out here, man. I've got some friends up here as well, you know. So it's nice.
Excellent. Do you have any particular favourite places to play?
Someone asked me this the other day. There's loads of places actually. I love playing at Ram at the end because it's kind of like it's my residency basically, and you know, I get to test loads of new material out there. I love playing at Fabric, and then other cities. I had a really good time in Tokyo when I went there.
Yeah.
Perth and Melbourne in Australia, really good. So loads of places, man. LA is wicked, and you know. There's lots of different spots, man.
So how do you think that somewhere like LA or Japan sort of compares to the UK?
Well, people know their stuff a lot more here, you know, so they're much more like, I think, because they go to drum and bass nights week in, week out, so they know the music, and you can kind of, you know, they're kind of eager to, you know, people really know what they're listening to, and they know the names of all your tunes, like a year before they come out and stuff, so you get a much more tuned in crowd. But you do notice when you go abroad to different places that there are different sounds that people are into. Like Eastern Europe is sort of slightly techier, maybe England would be slightly more party sort of sound, would be the most popular thing, and then there's loads of different sort of stylistic variations wherever you go, you know. You kind of become aware of when you go around.
Excellent. As a producer, you are sort of one of the most prolific at the moment. Also, one of the most sort of clean, fat sort of sounds sort of breaks bass.
Yeah.
Have you got any sort of production tips for anyone who's just starting out? Anything sort of real that they need to know?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, I think one thing for people starting out, which is good advice, is don't say to anyone anything until you feel like you're really ready, because I think you speak to a lot of DJs on the circuit and you get bombarded with tunes, and it's better if you send like one really good track or good track to somebody, because they'll check your name again, and if you kind of bombard people with like not so good stuff, they're not so likely to check you out in the future, you know. So that's I mean, I think that's a good bit of advice for up and coming people.
Excellent.
I'm actually doing another tutorial for computer music soon, so there's going to be a big sort of drum bass feature in there, so you can check that for any that actually kind of really in-depth production tips. There's going to be a full video on there.
That's computer music,
yeah, that's right. That's coming up soon.
Okay, so more specific. Ram Records is one of the longest running labels in DMV. How did it feel to get signed by them? They're a big label.
It was really cool, man. I mean, basically, it was quite nice for me as well, because my friend gave Andy a CD without telling me. So I just got a call completely out of the blue from Andy, and it was good because I'd kind of had interest from other labels before, but Andy was very decisive and just he basically, the tunes that he got on the CD, he signed all of them, and we just sort of established a relationship from there. And it's been really good working with them, because I think they've kind of, you know, they're one of the drum and bass labels that can really take tunes, you know, even into the charts and stuff. Do you know what I mean? You know, on the strength of just being good dancehall tunes. So it's a great label to be with.
You famously remixed the Prodigy's "Smack My Bitch Up." Did you feel that you had a lot to live up to with that track?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Prodigy, when I was getting into dance music, as a lot of people, probably my contemporaries, you know, that was like one of the main sort of bands that got a lot of people into this stuff, I think. So I did, it was more that I was keen to make it really good, because I knew that they actually got commissioned like several artists to do remixes, and they only took mine and Pendulum, so it was more a case of making it, you know, good enough for the label to release, because I wanted it really, I thought, you know, obviously it's been a massive boost for my career, that, so I really wanted to get it, but it wasn't, I didn't feel so much it was difficult to do the original justice. It was more about, you know, the Prodigy liked it and the label liked it, and you know.
Excellent. Okay, you're currently working on an album. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? What sort of thing can we expect?
Well, it sort of incorporates a lot of. I listen to a lot of different dance music.
Yeah.
I'm into sort of electronic music as a whole. So recently, I've been really into sort of all the headbanger stuff like Justice, and people like Daft Punk, and then you know, all through to sort of grimy drum and bass stuff that I really like to listen to. And you know, there's a really like real wealth of influences in there. There's a lot of I've been listening to a lot of techno as well, so I've been doing some stuff like that. So I'm really trying to sort of basically make drum and bass that doesn't sound, you know, that sounds like it's kind of different from the majority of stuff there, while still being dance floor, you know. And it's pretty much done now. So it's we're looking to release in the autumn now.
Brilliant.
And Time Warp's just about to come out, and yeah, it's all looking good for it.
Excellent. Okay, so you've collaborated with TC, Danny Wheeler, and many others. Is there anyone that you'd particularly like to work with that you haven't had a chance to yet?
Yeah, I mean there are a few people. I've been back in the studio with TC recently. We're working on a tune for my album. There's a whole bunch of sort of vocalists and stuff I'd love to work with. I'm planning to go in the studio with Fresh soon as well. So he's like, because I think when I started to make tunes, or started to release tunes, he was a massive influence. So it's going to be cool to get in the studio with Fresh, I think.